Well, this is a beautiful fall Saturday at the Discovery Center, and today we're here for the Native Peoples Fall Festival. This is an annual event, and it's really cool. Let's go in and watch. Well, I found Allison. I'm going to start out. Allison Bates is the new...
relatively new naturalist here.
I know, naturalist here.
I've been on for 3 months now, so
well,
I don't feel so new.
That's pretty new.
Yeah.
You're all settled down.
Yeah.
This is so cool. This is an annual event, and of course it's the Native Peoples Fall Festival.
Yeah.
And so let's go around, take a little tour. You want to lead me around?
Completely new exhibits this year.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, we got the drums going.
Well, the natural place to start, where most people go, is over here. We have Mark and Deborah Ramsey. They're a local couple who's very interested in how to gather food in the woodlands and process it and utilize our forests to make different recipes. And they actually came and did a nature night for us a week ago. But they process acorns, service berries, pine nuts, all kinds of stuff.
Now, do you have to cook acorns? I heard you did.
You don't have to cook them. It's actually a misnomer. It is best if you leach them using cold water is preferable because it doesn't take the oils out of the acorns.
Oh, sure.
So you don't actually have to cook them, but you do need to leach the tannins, which is a very bitter acid.
Oh,
you need
right.
to leach that out, but just plain old water will do that, and you just pour the water right through it. And you can see they're leaching some in this jar that Mark's got his hand on right there. That is one way you can do it.
Sure.
When we go outside, you'll see another way.
Okay. Let's move on.
We have the Historical Society represented. This is Neil Nickel. He's past president of the Historical Society, and now he's a volunteer with the Discovery Center.
How about that?
And we've got this wonderful exhibit of Serrano artifacts that were actually found in the Big Bear area. Pretty much everything here is very, very local, and it's a really neat exhibit.
Hi, Neil.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, how you doing?
Just fine. Come and look at some of our artifacts.
I know, this is really neat.
Well, one you may not have seen before. This is a steatite bowl. That's a mineral. Really soft. You can carve it, so that's a carved bowl.
And that's carved, huh?
Yeah, and this is a steatite arrow straightener. So you've got a shaft, and you want to turn it into an arrow. And it's not the same diameter. And it's got a dog leg in it.
Oh, yeah.
You heat up that stone, and you pull the shaft through that long enough to where it turns it into the same diameter.
Sure.
It takes the kinks out of it. Okay?
Clever, those natives, huh?
Now, this bowl, also steatite, is a fire carrier.
Oh, yeah.
If you see the holes around the top, okay? So there was one individual that was responsible for keeping the fire going.
Oh, yeah.
So you could carry this around with some embers in it from one campsite to the next campsite.
Now, what are the holes for? Were there thongs in there?
You have to carry it with something that's too hot.
Yeah, right. So
you have to carry it with whatever they have.
Yeah.
Probably leather thongs.
Sure.
Okay.
How cool.
That was dug up by a bulldozer at Baldwin Lake when they were creating a building pad.
Really?
And unfortunately, they didn't break it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is part of the exhibit post of the Historical Society's fabulous museum on Big Bear Valley and the surrounding areas. They're closed now, but they'll open up
Memorial Weekend.
Memorial Weekend.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about your Indian village that you're building.
Oh, yeah. Well, we received a Plains Indian teepee. And we don't have it completely erected yet, but we're going to have this teepee built, and we've got the canvas covering for it. And in it, we're going to have matatis and manos, and we're going to bring in acorns, and we will teach kids how to grind the meal from these things and leach out the tannic acid.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some like background music, similar to what we have here.
Sure.
Out there, so you can have
Right. That's wonderful. Can't wait. Memorial Weekend, folks.
That's it.
Open every Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday, and Mondays on holidays.
10 to 4.
Right.
Now, you know about Tuesdays. That's the 22nd.
Yes, right, at 10:30.
10:30 in the morning, we're going to have a dedication to Tom Core Road.
Good.
And the signs are going to be supported by the stone pillars that he had built when he was back in 15 years old.
Yeah, right.
He helped.
I know. We'll be there.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Neil.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is People of the Pines.
This booth was made completely by some of our volunteers, and Joan right here and Annette, and they have done a wonderful job at talking about the symbolism of the pine trees to the people that lived in the Bear Valley area, as well as the different uses, both past and present. So they've got samples of all the different pine trees in the area, some of the pine nut samples, really wonderful.
Sure. You know, I really didn't, I always thought we had like 3 or 4 pines. But it looks like we have sugar pine, Jeffrey pine, which I knew, ponderosa pine, then logpole pine, coulter pine, and yeah.
And there's more pines, you know, throughout California, but that's what we have locally.
I know. We don't have any redwood pines.
Not here.
Redwoods are redwood pine trees?
No, they're a conifer.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, great.
And,
That is so interesting. Is this exhibit out here all the time?
no.
Oh, just for special occasions.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, let's move on. We have
We've got some face painting
Face
going on.
painting
So
going
this is
on
a
here.
fun thing for the kiddos to do.
and we got a real Native American doing it too.
Yeah, authentic, and they can choose what kind of symbol they want. Some kids are painting their hands, some kids are painting their face. And
Whatever she wants.
Yeah.
I didn't hear
That is so cool.
yeah, so we have a lot of.
Okay, we're going to move on to, where there's food, there's me.
We have some really amazing stuff over here. They've built some really great foods just for the class, and they're giving it away free, which is just wonderful.
Sure.
We've got bead making over here. These are some type of, they can be used as a walking stick or a staff, and they do all the beadwork themselves.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just amazing, and they're doing, showing how they make them.
How great.
Really, really beautiful.
Now, the Native Americans, of course, didn't have plastic beads,
They didn't. They
but would make them out of wood and shells and things like that.
Beads came when the Europeans came.
Oh, did they? Yeah. Oh, they brought the others.
But people up here would trade with the coastal natives and get different shells. And further on down on this table, you'll see some beautiful shells.
Oh, okay. Let's go look.
Yeah, the real deal.
Yeah. This is Anna, and she makes pine needle. Look at these pine needle baskets. Those are so neat, Anna. How are you, hon? I last saw Anna out at the Moon Ridge Animal Park when they had Native American Day out there. But this is really neat. You can do so much. You know, you can survive in the forest.
Of course you can.
You know, you can live.
Proof of that.
Yeah. There's a jawbone.
Yep, the jawbones, I've been informed by John here, were used as a club or as a different kind of a blunt weapon. We've got some different skins. You know, they really use the entire animal part, and so they've just got some different displays of that.
I know it. These are beautiful, aren't they?
They are. There's a beautiful turtle shell rattle here. That's really amazing. This is an example of a shell you might trade with. That's like an armor, like a breastplate.
Right,
Warriors. So they brought some amazing stuff in.
That's so neat. And of course, the kids love the drum. Look at that. That is so cute. So.
And we don't want to miss outside. We've
No,
got
let's
some
go
more-
outside. Okay, now these are, look, these are Native American symbols.
Yes, we're doing pictographs.
I see.
Pictographs
Yeah,
are
right.
a painted image that would typically be done on a stone, but rather than collecting a bunch of heavy rocks, Some of our volunteers, such as Ron and Peggy here, actually made these. What exactly do you call these, Ron?
Well, they're celluclade.
Celluclade. It's similar to the paper, you know, when you make your own paper, but it's heavier duty. So they can be hung up as a type of ornament, and they're kind of look like a stone.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah, and we've got
I thought they were stone.
Yeah, and you know, they made up these handouts. You can see in the handout it talks about some of the different symbols and what we would assume that how they would be interpreted.
Even Ron gets one.
Sure, even I'll get one from my files.
So this is an activity for the kids. So it's completely free. We're not charging to do any of this, and they can take this stuff home.
They learn so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, on events like this. Very educational.
Well, that's our goal. That is why we put this.
Well, that's the Discovery Centers. You discover.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hi, ladies. How are you? Oh,
and this
I
is
see.
the fun one where you get to use rocks and hammers and get to bang things.
Right.
So it's a very popular booth.
Ron's going to get you on camera.
That's right. So rock. So these are acorns.
We've got some authentic tools, actually.
So you have room to give it some good wax to smash it open.
A mortar over here, and these will be used by the native people to crush up their acorns into a fine meal, almost a flour. And then they would make different products with it. And we're giving a handout as well that lists the processing methods, as well as there's a couple of recipes on the back.
Yeah. Those acorn shells are really tough.
They are,
To break it up.
She hits me harder than that.
I know she hits you harder than that.
Yes.
Wow, I see that black eye. No.
She opens,
okay.
cracks the nut, and now if you turn it upside down and smash it some more, then you'll be able to get all the nut meat out real easy.
Okay, now that's acorn meat. Is that what would you
it's
call it?
the nut or the fruit
Don't hit your finger because I don't have but one Band-Aid.
No, I was just going to say.
Right.
starting
Watch the
to-
fingers.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Now that it has a flat
Now, what do you
side,
have to
probably
do
don't have
now?
hold it.
Just wash it in cold water?
Yeah, we've got a poster up
There
here
you
that
go. There you
in big print shows that, but we also are giving this out.
Now you just
Okay.
So everyone who forgets can take this home, and it talks about the different steps of
I
processing your
see.
acorns.
Oh, sure.
And some handy little recipes on the back. So that's a
Acorn
take home.
bread, acorn stew.
Yes,
Ooh,
for the meat
that
lovers.
sounds good. So you can take a lot of acorns and really mash them up and do almost like a flour.
Yeah,
and bake with them.
Absolutely.
Isn't that something?
You can also eat them whole. They're a little bit bitter, and it's easier to leach out the tannins faster anyway.
Sure.
If you do it when they're already crushed up.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
You
right.
don't have to smush them up, but generally that's the best way to, be
Sure.
able to get a usable product. But it
Yeah.
sure is labor intensive, as you can see.
Oh, I know it is.
But you know, if you didn't have a 40-hour-a-week job, it really wouldn't be that much work at all.
No,
If
that's
you worked-
right.
This was your job, so. This was a incredibly important food source for the native people in this in the San Bernardino Mountains. It was not totally reliable because oak trees do not produce acorns every single year. It takes a long time for them to
Really,
develop.
they don't, huh?
No, but they would find different food sources to supplement, and they store them for a really long time in something called a granary, which you can see over here in our poster.
Okay.
It's a huge basket that's set up off the ground. So, and you would stir the acorns so that they would dry evenly and not get mildewed and not get attacked by the animals.
Sure. And from a little